Welcome to Cooked with Shaq. Hey, it is Cooked with Shaq. Welcome to the show today. I'm Shaq. He's Harrison on the guitar.
Hello.
And today we're going to go back a little ways because I remember many years ago. We've been doing this show now for over 10 years.
It's been a long time.
Cooked with Shaq, and we've done a lot of things on the show. One particular show that we haven't done for a while, so I thought I'd bring it back, is the deep fried show.
Yes.
Now, the only question I have for you, Harrison, is are you going to keep your socks on this time? Because you remember what happened last time. Harrison?
Yeah.
I think I found your sock. Yeah, so, Last thing we wanted to do, luckily that was the last thing we deep fried was your sock.
How could we forget?
So we're not going to do that again this time. Make sure you keep those socks on. Okay, so what we're going to do is 3 different kinds of deep frying. Now there you could use crusted deep frying with breadcrumbs. We're going to use panko breadcrumbs in the first recipe. Second, we're going to do corn dogs, but not your regular corn dog. I mean, usually it's just a wiener in there with the corn. We're going to go European sausage wiener.
Ooh.
So we're going to hoity-toity on the corn dogs. So that's a batter type of deep frying. And then the last one, we're going to do chicken wings, which is a dredge. We call it a flour dredge, right? So you put a little egg, you put a little flour, a little bit of baking powder in there, the whole works. So, or cornstarch, that is.
Yeah.
But we're gonna do something a little different. One thing, I love chicken wings, but the one thing I don't love is the mess. You know?
Yeah. Well, I mean,
You get the, if you go honey garlic,
Right.
You get the honey garlic, and it ends up on your elbows and all
gets
over
all
your
over my
face.
guitar strings
Exactly.
and stuff. It's just.
It's a bad scene. You got to you get those napkins going.
Yeah.
What we're gonna do is we're gonna actually have the sauce on the inside, so that it looks like a chicken wing that has nothing on it. You go, where's my sauce with this? And you go, it's in the chicken wing. And you try it out and you go, are you kidding me? So we're gonna do buffalo chicken wings, inside out buffalo chicken wings, I think we're gonna call it.
Okay.
All right, we're gonna start off though with the crusting method of deep frying.
All right.
And that is when you put stuff into like breadcrumbs. This is panko. These are Japanese breadcrumbs. They have a whole technique of making these things, but they're great because they stay crunchy rather than just the regular kind of breadcrumb that you'd get. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna season that up a little bit. So we're gonna put some pepper. Not a whole lot because what we're gonna do with the other ingredient has a lot of seasoning in it already. So we'll go with a little bit of salt in there too. And we'll just mush it around with your hands, just like that. And you don't have to wash a spoon, right? You just use your hands. All right, good, so that's ready to go. Now, what we're gonna do is a scotch egg. Have you ever heard of these?
I haven't actually, no.
A scotch egg is, and I'm not sure where, obviously maybe Scotland.
I would assume.
Thinking something like that. But what it is an egg that is covered in sausage meat, which is then covered in egg yolk or raw egg, and then dredged in the breadcrumbs, the panko breadcrumbs.
Wow.
And then deep fried. Ooh. So you've got basically a breakfast all in one big egg. Breakfast egg. Yeah. So this is what we're going to do first. So you start off with regular, this is just Italian sausage meat. So you can either get it in the casing or you can get it without the casing. This one was in the casing, you just squeeze it out. So we're going to start off by putting a big clump there. So just lay it down.
All right.
Lay it down. Now you're going to have to get this very thin because you're going to have to wrap the egg. So what we're going to do now is wash our hands first before we do anything, because we've just put sausage meat all over our hands. And then we've got, this is just parchment paper. And what we're going to do then is grab some plastic wrap. And this is always a trick, eh? The plastic wrap.
That's the whole process in itself.
You try to get it, and it sticks to itself, and it's just a mess. Why can't they just give it to you in sheets? See, look, there it's all stuck.
One thing that I realized, you can't cheap out on plastic wrap.
Very true. You got to get the good stuff.
There's some things you can't cheap out on. Just get the good stuff.
Get the good stuff, absolutely. Okay, so now we're going to lay that down so that it's over top of the meat. And then we want it to go even flatter than that. So we grab ourselves whatever you can for a rolling pin. Now you can use a wine bottle if you got a piece of closet doweling or something, but I've got the king of the rolling pins. Solid marble. This is vintage 1986.
I was gonna say, I remember seeing that in my house in the 90s. My parents had one of those.
It even has, now,
early 90s.
Here's the big thing, is it's got a couple of chips out of it. I'm not sure how that happened. I think we might have used it to hammer a nail at one point.
Okay.
To put a picture on a wall. I
well,
think that's
it's useful
what it was.
for many things.
You can do all kinds of things with it. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna take that big, I see, and you're gonna flatten it right out. Get right over here and flatten it right out, because you don't want it too thick, because like I said, you gotta wrap that egg with it. All right, so there we go. I think that's probably going to be good enough. So then, and welcome my dog Lucy. Hi Lucy.
Lucy.
I know it's probably just about dinner time for her, so that's why she's hanging around. So, you take the plastic wrap off. Easiest way to do this, pizza cutter. We've got 4 eggs, already hard boiled. Now the majority of the times you want to soft boil these, but it's kind of hard to keep them soft boiled, and then you have to wrap them, and it's kind of hard to get that whole perfect temperature. So these are probably more on your hard boiled side, but that's okay, you can do that too. So, pizza cutter, best way to do this. Like that, and like that. Now, you're gonna take your egg, and you put it in the middle, and you're gonna carefully take it off of the parchment paper. You're gonna wrap it like that. Lucy, you're not getting any of this.
I was gonna say, Lucy's really liking this already.
Yeah, so don't, now I'm having a little issue getting it off the parchment paper.
I can see that.
Yeah, no, so what we're gonna do is we're just gonna kind of work our way around.
Yeah.
And just slowly but surely bring it around like this. It will get there, it will get there. We will figure this out. Now it's gonna go a little bit farther over here. It's really not coming off the parchment paper very well, but that's okay. We're gonna just keep on, and once we get it all kind of wrapped like this and like that, and it's like this, and then it's like that, and then you have to kind of get it squished. Yeah. Squished up like this, and squished up like that.
Over there, like that.
A little like this. Yeah. Are you good? Lucy, you want some? You can't have any of this.
Lucy's licking her lips there.
Yeah, of course she is. Now, see now. Now, you've got this. Now it comes out as a nice big ball. So I don't really want to put it down right now, but I have to, because I forgot to put the egg wash together. I have to dip it in the egg now. So let's just leave it like that. We're gonna wash our hands again. Yep. This is the longest segment we've ever had in this show. I think so. This is doing okay though. The longest segment we've ever done. But that's okay. We're gonna flip over here, wipe my hands. Now we're gonna take an egg. We're gonna do a quick crack on it. Right? Okay. We're gonna do that. We're gonna grab a whisk. See, now we're rocking. Now we're really moving.
Absolutely.
We're gonna whisk it up a little bit, just like this. Okay. All right, now we're gonna do this. Now we're gonna take our egg that looks more like a meatball, but that's okay, because we're gonna do this, and we're gonna move it around in here a little bit. Okay. Okay, now we're gonna dump it right into that, into the panko. Now the panko, we're gonna do this, and we're gonna move that around a little bit. And look, it's getting all over the place. The bowl I used, boy, I did not prepare for this one as well as I should have.
That's okay.
The bowl is a little small for what we need here. Okay, there. Pat that a little bit.
That's a really neat idea.
Isn't that a neat idea?
Yeah.
Once you get it right, we'll get it right.
Yeah, this is just the first one.
This is the first one. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna take that, we're gonna put it into the deep fryer, and...
You want me to throw it in the deep fryer? You got it?
No, I got it, and then we're gonna watch this. We're just gonna put it right in there, like that. And then we're just gonna let it go like that. And now we'll just let it go and do its thing for about, I don't know, maybe 5 minutes or so. It's gonna turn golden brown, it's gonna come out, and we're gonna have all kinds of great Scotch egg goodness here. On Cooked with Shaq. We'll be right back.
Sponsored by Sask Pork. Saskatchewan's pork producers are committed to sustainable production of safe, healthy pork for you and your family. For recipes and more, visit saskpork.com and follow us on Twitter and Facebook.
That's my spoons. All right, welcome back to Cook with Shaq. We are doing the deep fried episode today. We're going to be doing the Scotch eggs, which don't really look like eggs. They're more Scotch egg balls.
But they're deep fried.
They're deep
That's all that
fried.
matters.
It's all about the deep frying today. So we're down to our last one here. So what we're going to do, well, what you like to do is you like to, you don't want all that oil in there. So you want to make sure you have some kind of like a wire, one of these wire I call them drying racks. They're for like your cookie racks and that type of thing. So that way, if you have any extra oil, it kind of falls down into the pan and you don't get it all saturated. Those are good to go. Okay. Remember, there is an egg in there. There's Italian sausage wrapped around the egg. We have some regular raw egg to make sure that the panko crumbs stick to the egg and then into the deep fryer until they're golden brown and delicious. There it is, right there. Okay.
Perfect.
Next up, we're doing the batter session of the deep fried episode. So what we're going to do is corn dogs today.
Okay.
Now usually you would use just a wiener. Just a wiener. We're going whole hog, no pun intended, whole hog European. Whole hog European wieners. Okay, so now get yourself some nice bamboo skewers. Okay, get good not those little ones. They break.
They'll just fall right over.
Just like that.
Okay.
Okay, so you go with the thicker bamboo skewer. Okay, so you got those ready to go. They're skewered, ready. Now we're gonna go with the corn dog batter mix. So this is what it is: 1 cup of cornmeal, yellow cornmeal, and 1 cup of just regular flour. That all just goes into a bowl. It's pretty simple. You have a 1/4 cup of sugar. You have 4 teaspoons of baking powder, not baking soda.
So, okay,
baking powder. Okay,
big difference.
So you want 4 teaspoons. I don't have a teaspoon because I don't measure. I just use a regular, a spoon that I eat my soup with.
Yeah, why would we measure?
Exactly. It's kind of, well, this is kind of baking, but not really. Okay, so I lost count. Where was I?
You have 1 more to go.
I got 1 more. Thank you. I'm glad you're here.
Yes.
Okay, so that's got that. 1 egg goes in.
Yep.
You remember the rule way back when? Speaking of nostalgia, remember the rule of the cracking of the egg? What's the rule?
Has to be on a flat surface.
Correct, my friend. And the reason why?
I don't remember.
I knew you wouldn't remember. So what happens is if you crack an egg on say the side of a cup or something, and you can, it's not a big deal. What happens is fragments of the shell usually come loose and could go into your batter or whatever you're making. When you do a flat crack, boop, it just cracks it. You dig your thumb in, bingo.
Just like that.
Nothing to it. Goes in like that. Now we have 1 cup of milk. We have a couple dashes of salt. Let's give her one of these. That's about half a teaspoon of salt. A little bit of pepper. And then that's got to go. Now we bring out an old friend.
An old friend?
An old friend, different color.
Oh.
The last one was orange.
Oh.
We now have a green friend.
You have a new one. What happened to the orange?
The other one blew up.
Okay.
It was a sad story.
Okay.
Sad story. We don't want to go there.
We'll just move on.
I'm scarred.
Okay.
That's all right, but we got the new one.
All right.
You stick just a regular batter in there, or a batter beater. Beater batter.
Beater batter.
And then just start slowly, or you're gonna have a mess all over the kitchen. All right, get that all incorporated now. Now you can fire it up once. Oh, no, not yet.
Easy now.
Don't go crazy. Okay. Get it all in there. Now what you want to do is, it's like a pancake batter though. Don't go crazy and get it all nice and smooth because you don't want a ton of air in there. What's going to happen is the baking soda will be, or the baking powder rather, will be that kind of, what do you call it? Give it that bubbly kind of fluffiness. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right.
But you just got to get it all incorporated. If there's lumps in there, don't worry about it. A few lumps isn't going to kill anybody. Okay, so now we are 3, 2, 1, done. And just you got to be careful with this. Really slow, or you get it all over the place.
Does Lucy get to lick that?
No.
Okay, I try Lucy.
No, you can't have corn, Lucy. You know what it does to you. Anyway. So now what we're going to do is something I didn't quite think of while I was planning the show today, which we don't plan anyway.
Why would we?
But the wiener might be too big for the...
Oh.
No, I think we're going to be good. I think we will be good. So
We got clearance, okay.
we've got clearance. So now what you're going to do is you're just going to douse it all with this wonderful batter.
Yeah, get lots in there.
There you go. See, coat it up. It's all coated up now. Coat it up, and we want to go directly. I want to put that down right now and go directly into. And we're just going to have to keep an eye on it. It's
what temperature?
It's poking out a little bit.
Yes.
But that's okay. See, look how it puffs up right away, hey?
Nice.
See how that puffs
up?
up?
What temperature do you have that at?
We're about close to 375. We wanted about maybe 360.
Okay.
So the best thing to do is if you've got a deep fryer at home, awesome. If you don't, you can use a pot. Be extra careful, but always get a thermometer. One of these units right here. And digital thermometers are always the best. And then you just you stick it in the oil and it'll tell you where you're at. You want to keep it at about 350 to 375 when you're doing this. So we're going to let these go. I'm going to do up the rest of these. We're going to let these go. And we're done with the corn dogs. Just like that. Cook with Shaq. It's the deep fried episode. More next.
Sponsored by Sask Pork. Saskatchewan's pork producers are committed to sustainable production of safe, healthy pork for you and your family. For recipes and more, visit saskpork.com and follow us on Twitter and Facebook.
Welcome back. It's Cooked with Shaq. We are doing another deep fry show today. And coming up, we've got an interesting little surprise that Harrison is going to show us. That's
right.
Pretty kind of cool. Okay, so we're doing the deep fry show today. I want to show you what the Scotch egg looks like. So if you take a look here, we've taken these Scotch eggs out. See, remember we took an egg, we wrapped it in Italian sausage, and then coated it with panko and then stuck it in the deep fryer. That's how it looks. Now, usually it's soft boiled, but you know, sometimes it's hard to control. So that's a hard boiled medium-ish, and that's gonna be good. You can dip that in a ranch or ketchup, or if you wanna do, we're gonna do like a mayo, chipotle mayo sauce, put that in later on. That's what that looks. All right, and we've now pulled out the last corn dog, which actually resembles closely to a real dog.
Yeah,
does it not? Like it's got like ears and there's an eye and no, Lucy, it's not you.
Yeah.
Right, it looks like it's laying down at the back. Anyway.
Yeah.
Those are the corn dogs.
Looking good.
With the European wieners. So now what we're just gonna stick those in the oven and let those go for a little while here, just to warm them up. And then we're gonna get to chicken wings. So what we've done so far, we've done the crusting deep frying. We've done the batter deep frying. Now we're doing a flour dredge. This is super easy. Now you can get your hands all clumpy and gross and everything with all the different stations. They call them stations, right?
Okay.
Where you have a flour and you have egg and you have whatever other stuff you're gonna, and you dip. By the end of it, you've got a boxing glove full of batter on your hand. Easiest way to do this, take your chicken wings. They're all ready to go. Take some flour. Whatever, I don't know, maybe you got a cup and a half of flour in there. A little bit of seasoning salt, super easy. Don't have to get crazy. If you want to throw some garlic in there, onion powder, you can do that. You can put some salt and pepper in if you don't, you want to just keep it simple. Something that I found is very good when you want to crisp up any kind of chicken or anything you're frying, whether it be fish or chicken, is cornstarch. So now you have your flour, and then you want to put in some cornstarch. And you know, whatever, there's no real rhyme or reason. As you know on this show, there is no rhyme or reason to what we do. So we're just gonna put in, you know, I don't know, 1, maybe 2. You can go full cornstarch on this if you want to,
really?
Instead of having any flour, but I just like to mix it up a little bit.
Okay.
Ooh, good, it kind of went flying. And I think that should be good. Okay, so cornstarch is done. One thing about cornstarch, once you get it, it goes everywhere. It's all over the place. Look at now, see, I've got it everywhere. What you do now is zip, keep the air in there, right? So then there's lots of room
Right.
that you can shake it all up. And what's happening? Clean hands.
Ah.
Right? Now what you do is we're going to take all the chicken. We're going to put the whole works. Again, see? Clean hands. As long as you can get it all in there without it dropping. Oh, but you know what? Clean hands. Drop it in there like that. Take these guys like that. Like that. Now, the trick to what we're doing now is we want to make sure that you don't get sauce all over your hands, because it's a big mess. You got to get napkins and all that. No, we're going to keep the sauce inside the chicken wing, so it's nice and dry and crispy on the outside, and saucy on the inside. So now what you're going to do is you're just going to do that, all right? Now what we've got that is a nice coat. We're going to open up the bag that has the sriracha sauce. Ooh. So we're going buffalo. Buffalo is usually butter mixed with that, but we're just going to go straight sriracha, or any kind of hot sauce you want.
Okay.
A good rule of thumb is to roll the top open because it stays open better. Okay, I'm going to put that in a bowl just in case we have an issue. Now what we're going to do is, in fast motion, watch how fast I can put every chicken wing into that sauce.
Let's see how fast.
Okay, here we go. Done. Woo. Oh, I've lost balance there. Just about lost balance. Whew. Okay,
That was
so
fast.
now we've got all of that in there, and you know what? I don't think I have enough sriracha, so I'm going to put a little bit more in here because I didn't realize how much chicken I actually have. Okay. Now we're going to close this back up again, and again. Clean hands. Again, when you're doing the shake on these kind of things, don't burp everything. When you're marinating something, burp the air out of the bag so that it's all covered. This way, when you shake, you gotta leave room for the shake, right?
Yeah.
So you gotta leave room for the stuff. So you gotta give it a good shake like this. You got lots of air in there to move things around. Give it a good shaking. You want me to pass it to you, Harrison?
Let's just keep it over there on that side of the kitchen. I think it's the best idea.
Okay, so now what we're gonna do, they are covered in the hot sauce. Now we're going to, watch this. This is a trick. This is gonna be an issue. No, it's not gonna be an issue. It's gonna be easy. Look at this. So now you take that because you wanna get back into the flour again. And what do?
Look at that. So simple.
Clean hands.
Clean hands.
All right, now back into the flour again. Shake it up again. See where I'm going with this?
I think so.
You see where I'm going?
We're just basically putting in
the sauce
different bags
inside.
and shaking in bags.
But
and
yeah, but
shaking
you're putting
again.
the sauce inside the chicken.
Okay, all right.
So that you're not having to have yucky hands. So, we're gonna do this, put this all in here. We're gonna come back, we're gonna deep fry all this, get it ready to go, and we're gonna have it ready when we come back. It's Cooked with Shaq, it is the Deep Fry Show. Whew, we're just about there.
Sponsored by Sask Pork. Saskatchewan's pork producers are committed to sustainable production of safe, healthy pork for you and your family. For recipes and more, visit saskpork.com and follow us on Twitter and Facebook.
And so there it is, our 3 deep fried things that we've done here today. We started off with the Scotch eggs with the crust. We did the batter deep fry on the corn dogs, and we have the chicken wings with the flour dredge. And you can see, no messy hands. And it's still gonna taste like buffalo wings because we have the sauce inside. You don't have to start dipping and get it all over the place. We're gonna end off the show with a special surprise. Now, first off, thanks for joining us on Cooked with Shaq. We love having you every time we do the show. But I have a little hobby that I do. I like to make guitars. And I've always wanted something weird, like a see-through guitar, like a clear guitar. So I decided to make one. And Harrison is going to actually approve the guitar now. So let's hear, thanks again, Cooked with Shaq. Harrison, take it away. Stop now, hold it. No, you know what? I want to show you something else on this guitar.
Oh, yeah, what's...
Not only does it sound
This thing
great,
rocks, man.
All right, hit the lights. Everybody hit the lights.
The lights.
All right, hit it, Harrison.
Woo! I love it, man. This thing rocks! Hey!
The music that you've been enjoying on this episode of Cooked with Shaq is courtesy of Son of Han.